Hi there, in this video we're going to go over all reporting, our lease ledger, our income and expense, and filtering, and everything to do with kind of sort of viewing your financial data. So to start out with, we'll just look at our filtering functions here. So log into Hemlane and click financials. First you can filter by property, so you can choose the actual property or the unit. You can drill down even more. Very helpful if you just want to quickly see all income and expense for a particular property. Then we can also filter by basically status. So we have the status here, we have the category, so this is pretty self-explanatory. In transit means it's in transit. Incomplete has it's not started yet. Canceled, it's canceled. The categories, so the individual categories, as well as other, so miscellaneous, and then even team members. Okay, if we want to see by team member, or you just want to see by a particular tenant, right? You can see by tenants or service pro. So lots of different filtering options here, just to drill down here. So we'll go back to everyone so you can see everything here. Then you could do reference. So if we make a deposit into your bank account, and there's a reference ID 1894 on your bank statement, put it here, that'll bring it up. And then by date, and then you can download all these invoices and payments here as well. Okay, so this is a nice report that'll allow you to import into your accounting software. So you can just see what it looks like here. So very robust, shows all the data. You can download this into Excel, as I mentioned, and then put this into your accounting software or other financial data. So moving on here, we have our reports up here. So we have our lease ledger. Okay, so this is essentially your cash flow, your month-over-month performance. So you'll have the upcoming 3 months here, and then your current in yellow, and then your past. You can go again by category. All categories are rent, and then you can go all properties, just like the other page. And then you can drill down actually and see this on the building level. So you can see here is each building, but now you can see download, you can see down at the bottom all of them. But if you want to drill down by building, just click on the building, see 4 active units. And okay, there's only, there we go. So there's a few units there, and even by the tenant as well. So lots of functionality there. And we'll just click on another one here. So it's just showing the occupied units. That's why it shows that, because there's only one room or one unit that's actually occupied. If they're all occupied, it would break it down for all the different units. So yeah, you have that, and you can download this. This is what it looks like here. So this is it here. So your cash flow, nice Excel report that you can download. Again, you might need to do further reporting, or send it to your accountant, or send it to a partner, or just want to be able to view this. So very thorough. And yeah, again, just make sure you choose your categories and so forth, and then download. Okay, now moving on, we have our income and expense. So this is very commonly used. So all income and expenses that go through Hemlane, any money that transfers through our system, will show up here. Now, if you add offline expenses, like for your mortgage or things that happen outside of Hemlane, right? If you record a one-time offline, it'll show up here too. And the benefit of that is then it'll have all your income and expenses for that property, so you can export a report, and you have all the data. You don't have to say, oh, well, I only have the Hemlane stuff here, and then I have all this other stuff, on a different service or somewhere else. No, you can use Hemlane for everything. Even if it didn't happen through Hemlane, you just record the offline, so at the end of the year when you go to do your taxes, you have the full report. So to use this, you could just view it as different user. So if you want to see the transactions generated by a different user, this is why I was saying, it's usually best if just one account, maybe the key admin account, enters financial data, because then everything's going to show up as one user. If you have different people entering data under different users, sometimes it gets a bit hard to read the data. So I'd recommend, if you can on your team, pick one account, maybe make it admin at abccompany.com, maybe share the login, and then just that account goes in to add financial data. So it's all going to show up here. Then you can organize by paid date or due date. So paid is the date that it was paid. due date is the date it was due, and those can be different, right? So due date could be January 30th, but it was paid on, February 10th or earlier. So, I'd say, the most common here is going to be the paid date, right? I would just stick to that. And then the status, right? Do we want complete and in transit? In transit means, in transit means it's en route, right? So when that finishes, it's going to be all complete anyways. This is going to be more detailed, but this is actual. This means it's actually in your bank account. So you can choose the different options there. Then of course your date range. Now this is really nice because you can choose your date range if you want a weekly report, a quarterly report, a yearly report, a 2-year report. You could just quickly generate this in real time and it'll show your cash flow here. So that's really handy. It'll have all our categories, including other, all broken down for you. So you can view this anytime. And keep in mind, you'll also get weekly and monthly emails with this type of information. So under settings, you have all your different notifications here, and you're going to get some summary emails. And it's gonna list some of this data as well. Now, if you're working with partners and so forth, they're going to get that data in those summary emails, and they're going to be able to log in and view this. So if you've added a user and given them access to financials, remember the way we do that is we just click your team, we add a user, John, partner, john@example.com. And we just want to make sure he has access to financials here, view transactions. Then he'll be able to go in and view this information. This is really good if you have business partners or people you work with. They want to be able to see real-time reports. They don't want to wait for you to email it. Give them access to financials, let them log in and see those reports. And then you can make it so that they can not do anything else, maybe only do work on that section. Okay, so that's how that works. Now you can download everything too. So click export to Excel, and I have one ready here. Not this one, we already looked at this one. This one. So it'll download based on the time period you stipulated, and then you'll see by property, right? There's all your properties, and there's by unit. So this is really handy if you've kept up your reporting. You've paid everything through Hemlane, rent has come in, you've paid back security deposits, you've paid for repairs, you have paid your agents, and then for offline things that don't happen through Hemlane, like paying your mortgage and for the lawn cutting, you've entered that manually, then everything will be here, and at the end of the year, you could just generate this report, send it to your accountant, and that'll facilitate all of your taxes. Okay, so that is it for basically reporting, lease ledger, income and expense, and filtering. Thank you very much.